Myself and various independent comic creators have talked about the mainstream industry and just how terrible and abusive they are to their actual employees, to the fact that they don't really get paid any sort of sustainable living wage. It's a disaster over there, and that's why we do our own independent comics. I'm making my own. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and you can help me to sustain my business by getting on Subscribestar today. I put up all my comics early for Subscribestar members, and same with my novels. We're going to be working on board games, lots of stuff. I have the most diverse, for lack of a better word, entertainment out there in the industry for people to enjoy. So please get on here today, support people who don't hate you, support the alternative to this evil mainstream industry, and I appreciate it. All right. The other day, Heather Antos, the controversial editor who has made a career out of being a victim, made this tweet. She said, "Hey, my computer literally got fired, so to pay for a new one, I'm doing commissions." She then put a link to a site to go give commissions. So a computer is, maybe $500,000 for a cheap computer. I don't know what she needs it for, other than, if it's editing and word processing and things like that, really a cheap computer's fine. If it's just for her personal gaming and all that, I guess that's a different deal, but, that's a different deal. But what's interesting to me is that, she works for IDW and worked for Marvel, worked for Valiant. These companies don't just, give her a nice laptop in order to do her job. I mean, that's not much money. If you're going to have somebody hired full-time like that, that'd be a good way to, at least give some incentive, some bonus for the low pay that these people get. For editing rates, I mean, I don't know what hers are specifically, but, a lot of these editors get $10 a page. So we're talking $220 for a comic book, maybe $20 a page, $400 for a comic book. And this is for big name stuff. I mean, the industry really is in that dire of straits that this is all these people get paid. So if they only have a couple books a month, they're barely scraping by. They're barely able to pay rent. And this goes for writers and artists, too. I mean, writers, a lot of them are getting, $50 a page from companies like IDW. The artists are getting, for the top tier, are getting, $120 a page. For a lower tier, maybe $75 a page. And that's where these companies are just really trying to churn through as many people who are at the bottom rungs as they can in order to keep their costs low because their comics aren't that profitable. Now, this poses a problem for Heather, obviously. She can't afford a new computer. Now, when I am going to get a new computer, I broke one. I dropped my laptop a couple years ago because I'm a klutz. I just went and bought one, and then I expensed it to my business, and then it was just a tax write-off. I didn't think twice about it. I didn't go fund me for it. I didn't have to raise additional dollars for it. A piece of the business like that is something that's I need to actually just buy. It's not a big deal, and I was able to do so because I have a wonderful fan base who pays me directly in the independent market. Now, that's what these people don't have. So Heather really doesn't have a source of really steady good income from people who actually just love her work. And that is the main difference between the mainstream and then this. Now, I am running a Kickstarter in, probably towards the end of the month. And so I was like, you know what? Since Heather's doing drawing commissions, I'll have her draw my main character. And I'll put it as a pinup in the book as a stretch goal or something like that. That'd be cool. And I think that'd be a fair trade, that would draw some eyeballs to the project. Which has a strong female lead, of course. And it would work out for everybody. She'd get her money for the computer. I'd be able to do that. But unfortunately, I never got a response when I actually filled out the form, and I was a little curious as to why of that. It turns out that politics is actually more important to these people than making money and just earning a living, which is really the whole problem with the industry to begin with. We've talked about this so many times, about how they're petty politics, which nobody really cares about. I mean, this stuff is just it's I have a friend refer to it as peasant bickering, because the elites really do not care what Heather thinks or what I think. And they want to keep us bickering and divided because they want to just line their own pockets. That's a true story about the elites. And it's too bad that Heather doesn't acknowledge or notice that. But here we are. She actually said this morning, She deleted her commission tweet since a certain group, which is Comicsgate, and she doesn't want to name it because, literally Voldemort decided to abuse it. Thank you, everyone who shared and supported. Now, I don't know about abuse. I don't know how requesting a commission in earnest, and I would have 100% paid her in earnest, is abuse. It's not. And this is where, like, it's like, guys, and Heather, I know you're going to watch this. Just get off the internet for a bit. I mean, you don't know what abuse means anymore. I sustained a big canceling yesterday, a bunch of threats, just people being awful, trying to say I should be fired from every job I could possibly get. And that's real abuse. That is actual abuse. Me offering to pay you in exchange for you producing art is called commerce. It's not called abuse. And that's what professionals do. And in a normal professional world, Heather, you would just accept a commission. I do the job. You're not associated with me. You're not saying you agree with my politics. You just drew a piece of art for a beautiful, piece that I'll just pull it up right now. I mean, this is my character. There's nothing offensive about this character. She's covered up. She's pretty. She's got a gun, a ray gun, not a real gun, of course. And this is just fun entertainment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And unfortunately, Heather can't even. So that's it. What do you think about this? Leave a comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. I think it's ridiculous how these people would rather starve than just treat other professionals normally. Oh well, that's the name of the game. We'll see you soon.